Hi guys, this is now Pax Europiana again. Hi, I'm now in Gračanica. That's the majority Serb community here in Kosovo, next to Pristina. This, for your orientation, this is the road to Pristina. It's about 5-6 kilometers. I paid €5 by taxi, not very far. This is the municipality of Gračanica. It's a Kosovo institution. It's beautiful. They have the flag of Serbia here. But in principle, it's a Kosovo institution. They live in harmony, and here is peace. And there is no kind of separation in that wall, no Berlin Wall stuff or something. There's also no need for a municipality association. Here, everything is in peace and quiet, yeah, and it's good. There are a lot of Serbs living here. There are Turkish people, Roma, Sinti living here. There's Albanians living. There's Europeans living here. And I will show you also a wonderful hotel where a Swiss investor has invested here in Gračanica. It's a beautiful place in harmony, and we have peace here. And there is no need for any institutional changes in a sense, yeah. Like Ahtisaari and Mr. Rohan, the Austrian diplomat who was key as well to develop this peace agreement, he made it very well. We are no idiots. We know what we are doing in Austria, and he was one of the best Austrian diplomats. And they developed this package for peace, and it's working. There is no kind of effort to do things afterwards and to change it. We did not need a municipal association of Serb communities, no Republika Srpska, something like that. Nothing of this all. It just needs recognition and work. What Kosovo needs now, and also the Serbs here, you know, the people from the minority, you know, they need Mr. Vučić to recognize Kosovo, to be in NATO, in EU, in World Trade Organization, in all the other organizations like the Council of Europe. Then all the people here, no matter what language they speak, no matter what gods they believe in, no matter what kind of historical political views they hold, they will all live better because membership in WTO, it will give them prosperity. Membership in Council of Europe will give them more rights and more protections. Membership in the EU will give much more subsidies and opportunities and access. This is what they need. Yeah? They don't need any kind of fantasies. There's also some institutions, some flags. I don't know. I worked some years ago together with the guys here. This was very good. You know, they are very European guys in Gračanica. They understand very much what we want and what we do. And there is no problem here. The problem is in Belgrade. They abuse their own Serbs here as a tool to destabilize Kosovo. And I call on Mr. Vučić here. This is the Srpska lista. This is his tool of power. He uses that to destabilize Kosovo, and also with the kind of token of hostage taking of the minority question, he tries to somehow draw back time and call for a compromise, associations, kind of chaos, like tools of power like he has in Bosnia to block constitutional situation and progress and NATO membership. Yeah. This is all what he wants, yeah, to have a similar tool of power like in Bosnia with Dodik, he wants to have here. And according to the Ahtisaari package, he has a lot of rights. They have 10 permanent members, or not permanent, but 10 reserved seats in the parliament and all other minority protection. Trust me, it's fine, yeah. They really have rights, positions and privileges as anybody else has in Europe, and even they are more protected, and it's no need to go for any new changes. And I'm calling here on Gračanica, don't let Vučić abuse us, yeah. He is not, because of his kind of moral claims, somehow the super European who knows exactly what to do. I mean, what the people here need, yeah, is jobs, yeah, is opportunity, is investments. Yeah. It doesn't look very different anywhere in the center. It looks a bit better, but then you go through the periphery of here, of Stripce. I was in the first community with a Serb minority. Now I go to the second one. And, you know, everywhere it's the same, yeah. The people dream of a life in Austria and Germany, because here the economic situation is stuck because of this whole blockade which Serbia constructs in order to deconstruct Kosovo. And this we cannot allow. And it will not happen. It will just make the life for everybody more miserable, no matter what language or ethnicity or religion. And this is something I call to break this vicious circle now, this blockade by Mr. Vučić, and him taking his own people hostage in a kind of unbelievable sad move. Since 2014 he's doing that, and I am absolutely sure that everybody in Kosovo will live much better with recognition, and this is what has to happen now. We need Serbia to recognize Kosovo, get all these institutions, or we ignore Serbia and we simply go ahead with all the institutional recognitions and memberships, and that's actually what will happen, I think. But we should make Serbia this offer, and I came to Gračanica to make it and to say very clear, you relieve your own people from this hostage situation here in Kosovo, where you, Mr. Vučić, and I have taken them, and you will also be rewarded. There is the euro waiting for the Serbs. Here they have it already. In Bosnia they will get it, as I propose to have Euroization of Bosnia, Macedonia and Albania. And we will also have it in the beautiful country of Serbia in exchange for the peace agreement. And peace agreement, or at least recognition. Actually, if any serious statesman wants to lead this country into the European Union, he obviously should be ready for peace. I mean, how can we accept a new country which is threatening us militarily and not ready for peace? I cannot understand that. I mean, we are not joining Serbia, but Serbia is joining us. I mean, it's very logical, I think. So here, of course, the people are upset, yeah? Because economically, after Corona and after these delays now in the last years, there is not the progress. For example, now life will be much better soon, because there will be the highway to Gilan, that's the road to Gilan now. So they will not have so much traffic, so the city development can go much better, and that will be already one big step forward. Additionally, hopefully, there will be in the dialogue, whatever is going between Serbia and Kosovo, some clarity coming up, where we will know if there is really good intentions in Belgrade. Then of course we can make in Belgrade a lot of compromises. That means the euro now, the offer of NATO membership, the offer of fast-track EU membership in 2029. That's all possible. Yeah? Also financially we can do much more for Serbia as well, and we can also do the same for Kosovo. But what we cannot do, and what we will not do, is do so-called compromises. Because some people call for compromises, like Vučić, on sovereignty, like throwing back the time beyond 2008. And that I can guarantee you. And if you want, I can make a holy oath here at the Gračanica monastery. I'm here now at the holy place for the Orthodoxy. It's very beautiful. I will also take a look inside. In the past, by the way, that was protected by KFOR. It was necessary. Now everything is peaceful here. It's only a lot of traffic because the people moved to Gilan and to Pristina. So there is obviously the situation that here is a lot of traffic. That's true. But if I can, I will ask. Thank you. Oh, very good. Thank you. I'm like the tourist here. This is now the holy place, Gračanica. It's very good, beautiful. I'm not allowed to make photos, so I don't do that. And I just show you a bit of this beautiful holy place of Gračanica. I like it very much. You can see it, it's safe, it's for tourism, it's visitors, it's nice and it's beautiful. And here's no danger in a sense, yeah? There is no risk, here's harmony. And that I want to make here very clear. There's harmony here in Kosovo, there is equality for the law, there's protection of civil rights, everything works institutionally. I will also post the photo of the Palace of Justice, you know, and obviously 1,000 things can still go better and should go better. I say that and I understand that, yeah. But here in Gračanica I want to make it very clear that they will go better and there will be reforms, and also in Austria justice should be working better. So let's not get exaggerated. What really is needed here is economic opportunities, work here, employment, investment, conditions for that. And for that we need obviously to settle for peace and have all these memberships. They are so important in the World Trade Organization, in the EU, and all the subsidies and opportunities, market access, regulatory improvement. This is so important, and this Vučić since 7 years keeps a tight grip with the backing of Russia on progress here, and we, some of the appeasers in the European Union, allow this to happen, and call for compromises on sovereignty must be completely rejected. And I tell you, it will anyhow not happen. What happens is just if Serbia continues the present course of fights and threats and a kind of even on Vidovdan, this military threat towards the region, it will just result in hardening of the fronts against Serbia. And that I think nobody wants. We want Serbia in NATO, we want Serbia in the WTO, we want Serbia in the Euro, we want Serbia as well in the European Union. But just, you know, a Serbia which is ready for all these things and which is ready for peace most of all. If Serbia is ready for war, we will be ready for war as well. Yeah? There is no doubt about it. Yeah? Don't underestimate the determination of the American power in peace in Europe, for peace in Europe. That's absolutely happening, and also the Germans and even the Austrians. Yeah? We are certainly for peace and not for appeasement. Yeah? So let's be absolutely clear here in Gračanica. I'm at this wonderful place. It's now secure. There is peace in Kosovo. What we need now is also the last little puzzle pieces of recognitions and of decency. And I call for Serbia to take the euro as a currency in the recognition deal. And that's the best way to go ahead. And I swear by God, whatever God you believe in, it's the Orthodox, the same like the Christian, Allah, and no matter, I say here very clearly, peace is there already. Just in the heads of the politicians, the confrontation is still going on. They try to blackmail each other with these remaining puzzle pieces which are missing for peace, and we have to get going for that. Yeah? So that's very important, and I hope that now I was very clear. I hope so. A last look around in this beautiful monastery. I really like it very much, but they say I shouldn't film, and I will keep the rules because I'm good. I'm a good person in this beautiful place, and I call for peace. Pax Europiana from Gračanica. Now I showed you this place. The Serbs are living in harmony here with the Bosnians, the Romans, and with every minority there is in Kosovo, so many, the Albanians as well. It's mixed community, the institutions are working, and it's wonderful when we would have also the possibility for economic progress. And some people tell me, Günther, you are for economics, don't mess up with the politics. But you know, economically we have made everything. We have reformed everything here. It's the euro, it's the 10% flat tax, it's all this SME policy. I've done all my wisdom here already, and it's working. What we need now is more money for infrastructure from Mr. Hahn. Yes, that's needed still, because despite all the progress, it's not perfect here. The road to Chilan and the tunnel to Montenegro, yes. But what we really need is breakthrough for peace in order to have these big institutional memberships which are missing because of this blockade. And then there will be also regulatory progress, and then we can join the big institutions. And as you saw in Macedonia and in Albania already, so significant progress there is, because they're in NATO, and then also EU obviously 2029. I don't know if somebody in Brussels wants to wait 100 years more for all these issues. I don't belong to that minority of confused people who want to live forever and have time forever. We take the countries in now in this decade, first Macedonia, then Albania, Montenegro in 2024, and Bosnia, Serbia and Kosovo in 2029. And in Serbia is not ready, then Serbia shall alone wait until the last day if it's necessary, if they want to stay with Russia. But if they want to come to us, to Europe and to NATO and to EU, then it's the way is open. We are not religiously discriminatory in any way. We have Orthodox countries like Greece, like Romania, Bulgaria, and Ukraine will come to us, and Moldova and Georgia. So we are religiously absolutely open. We are also open for the Slavic world, for the Orthodox world. There is no truth in all this discriminatory bullshit which some talk. We are open. We are really what we believe in. We are just afraid of war. And Vučić, by his threatening of war constantly, is finding his appeasement people and that's something completely unacceptable for me, and therefore I call for peace. And Mr. Vučić, when you hear it and when you see it, I say very clearly, recognize Kosovo here. This is the best way for all the Serbs living in Kosovo, and also treat the Albanians better and normal in your own country, because that's also quite shocking how badly the Albanians still live, the Albanian speakers in Serbia, and that will be also what I address in the coming weeks and months, and there needs also be improvement. So thanks a lot for listening, good luck in the negotiations, and one thing is clear, here's the euro and here's the recognition, that's the deal for peace. And I call all the religious authorities to support that, because you want your people also to live in peace and prosperity. That's possible inside the European Union, inside NATO, and all the ancient hatred we need to forget and forgive and find a new reconciliation in Europe. And that should be the task of the religious and the political leaders of all nations, ethnicities and groups in Europe, to find this common consensus. And that is what we need. So thanks a lot from Gračanica. I will visit this beautiful place now. More to come. Thanks a lot. Best regards. And it's time for peace in Europe and for recognition of Kosovo by Serbia. And that's what we need to achieve in 2021. And the price is the euro. And I'm very clear that is what we have to do. Bye from Gračanica.